gaming bets. Online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Straight into the pistol we are once again. It's going to be the CT side for Tengri. Map number 3. Well, one of these teams is going to be going straight through to the major qualifier. The other will have to fight off against Prosto tomorrow.
Pachanga looking to get a bit aggressive here, but Vega Squadron's already lying in wait. He springs the trap. Chopper guns him down with a headshot and gears that T-side straight to the B bomb site where Sonic falls next. We've got Ramzik over towards Market just trying to find some kind of an angle, but the bomb already planted. 2-man advantage and no kit here for Tengri to play off of. But a hell of a shot from SNK. He takes 2 and Fitch with a 3rd, so this is not done yet. Kashander from the site itself with another frag, swinging it back. Equalized 2 versus 2 with JR in the apps. Tengri trying to close the distance in. They tap the bomb once. Ramzik's got the kit and another frag. He can stick it from this angle. JR's gonna give it up and Tengri make that work. Tom, an explosive pistol to get map 3 started.
SNK did more than his fair share in that round. Not only saving his teammate, Fitch was dead to rights in that pistol round. He's pushing towards the top of mid. We see a player just run out onto short, go for that pick, and SNK saves a life. And not only that, but saves a round as he gets 2 kills and 2 assists as well. A lot of damage done. Now, well, Vega not going to be investing too much into this. Cassandra actually already on 2,900 and JR with a wonderful shot on the Deagle, trying to make this round as costly as possible. We've seen them do a lot with these pistols in the previous rounds, and well, with 3 Deagles, make that 2. Hootie's actually still going to trade.
So man advantage here for Vega Squadron, but Pachanga's able to deal some damage back. 1 threat quelled. Fitch able to find JR as well, but it's 2 points of health for Pachanga, so Sonic gonna try to bail him out here. Knows there's 2 players towards lower, and he's able to attach Hootie. Does Mir give away his position, though? They could have thought that was the same guy, but the grenade dunks down upon him. Death in explosive fashion as Tengri convert that point.
This has been the map to watch Tengri on so far in this tournament. They played it in the majority of the best of ones. Not all of them, I think. And they've been getting in the best of 3s as much as possible. The only team to beat them currently sit in the server with them as well. So, who knows? 16-14. Definitely not a dominant performance either side. And it really links with the maps we've seen so far. JR start things off. He doesn't have his AWP, but he doesn't need it at range, as he'll find that first pick. With the CTs having to rebuy quite a few weapons going into this one. Are on the brink of reset, but the Ts are not in a better state so early in this game.
Four for 5 is Tengri in the pistol rounds. Only once did they not convert them. And this time, it's Hootie who gets himself demolished. Sonic, thanks to the FAMAS, catches the headshot. And Vega gonna have to try and split into the B site at the numbers disadvantage. 2 from Cat, 1 from Apps. Sonic holds the site. Ramzik already rotating in, but now they've both fallen. Kashander and Chopper with simultaneous kills take the man advantage, plant the bomb to boot, and now it's just down to Fitch on 3/4 health. He's gonna get spotted, tagged ever so slightly, but damage dealt both ways. Vega Squadron with 3 players up, all of which are lit. Fitch, fully blind, can't come out just as of yet, but now he jumps out and over, and it's there that he dies. JR taking the headshot in the opening round for Vega.
Felt like it's impossible, even after the first kills go, to predict anything in this match. Because even with the advantage going into that site take, the T side just pick players apart one by one and find themselves the round. It's going to be an eco. SNK with the Deagle. Especially on Mirage, we saw him absolutely impeccable with this gun. Just earlier in the day. Been quite a while since then. Seen 2 maps even in this series, but it's going to be an A hit. And look at where these CT players currently sit. Oh, one of them sits literally down.
SNK is just going to get his dome popped, but there's 2 from Fitch. The P250 pays off, and he's going to take the 3rd. Fitch with 4. Only JR still standing, coming out from ramp, 9 points of health. Fitch has turned this on its head, and he's about to find the ace. A headshot to boot. One hell of a play there from Tengri, all thanks to Fitch. Hobbit who?
$300, fairly well spent, I'd say, in that round. Doesn't even buy any armor as well. Incredible stuff coming out from Tengri. And just look what it's done to Vega. Again, I don't know what it is with early rounds. I don't think we've seen them win more than one of like the first 6 or 7 rounds in any of the maps so far. It does show how good they were for the comeback on Cash. And in fact, over on the second map as well in Overpass. But it's not a good trait to have. Great, of course, for Tengri. They get themselves a boost every single time. But you have to wonder, could this be the death of Vega if they continue in this sort of fashion? They will be forcing in themselves, and Mir is going to be able to pick off the player in window, even retrieve an AK for himself. They're looking to continue this force by war. SNK seem to have something to say about it.
Still frags being traded back here. Chopper's Tech 9. Finding at least one, but there it is. He falls back to his demise. Hootie's able to trade it, so a man advantage still for Vega. And they're going to try to split this site. Fitch down to 33. Just needs to stay standing here. He's just going to keep shuffling, and he's not dead. He's able to change positions, but the frag should clear him up. Had the headshot not connected. There's Mir with the last one as well. Vega able to turn it back. So these are explosive rounds being traded back and forth. This is exactly what we'd hoped for starting off on map 3. It's been a crazy series, and this is just a crazy start to the Mirage game. It's incredible to see this kind of CS from both teams. There's mistakes being made, but also big individual plays.
Mistakes may not even seem like mistakes if there's nobody there to capitalize on them, and that's one thing that we definitely have in this matchup. Fitch currently 9-2 after 5 rounds. Scoreline may not suggest that too well. Ramzik, he's got his AWP. Mir managing to take control of this connector. EWP currently posted very aggressively, and Hootie will bear the brunt. SNK with another. Is there going to be any sort of round conversion in this map? The CTs now have a 2-man advantage, and the only control the Ts currently have is in mid.
JR is going to use the parkour, get into the windowsill, take the headshot to SNK, but still the man in jungle. Mir is going to have to trade, and he does onto Sonic, but it's the from Fitch with yet another Mir 1v3. Shots raining out, but he pulls out the smoke, blocks it off, and checks the back. The man from jungle, though, will catch him with his side turned. That's Pachanga with the final kill. Tengri going to swing it again. Like you said, just trading rounds back and forth. Nobody able to convert. Barring that first pistol conversion. So this feels like a out of control roller coaster that neither team can control, Tom. It's just crazy stuff all across the map. There's very little structure coming into these rounds. You can see ideas trying to form, but for the most part, this is just a clash of titans. Gunfights all over the place, and another A-site stack from Vega, but SNK with the opening frag. That's him to the top of mid, and Fitch plays the smoke for 3. Chopper with the Deeg, also toppled over. Tengri, 5-2.
You say roller coaster. I would go more along the lines of falling out of a plane without a parachute, because all you can really do is watch. Just absolutely nothing as the game just blurs past in a matter of seconds, but Tengri, for the second time, will get 2 rounds in a row. Obviously, that's only buy rounds that they've had in the last couple at least, so That's something to deal with. Vega now will be forced to go for just a couple of pistols. And I think behind this is as well is one of the big factors of their game seems to be JR on that AWP. And they are denying that with all this sort of early round 4 spies. And the same can be said for Tengri. If they had been in the losing situation, the likelihood is they would have denied Ramzik the AWP. The problem is they're the ones winning, so they get, well, I suppose, the extra credit. But really, it's both teams taking incredible risks to get into these situations. And JR, in fact, talking of denying that AWP, he's actually going to buy up a Deagle, so there's no chance of it coming in.
And that's what his Deagle gets him.
Well spent.
A bullet threaded through the head, with Ramzik following up with an op shot to Chopper. Huddy tagged down to 8 points of health as well, so things are starting to settle down here on Mirage. Pachanga with another one through the window. Or wall, actually. That was a nice kill. So, we got Hoodie, 8 HP. Kashander on full health with the bomb. He's just hoping that for some reason he can get into the B site and maybe find the plant. But he is all alone. And outgunned most certainly. So, Tengri with another point, 6-2. This is a slow start from Vega yet again, but at least they've got the gun round back on the table. No op, as mentioned, but a scout does that cut it.
Mainly been Ramzik that we've seen with the scout. I think JR has managed to hit a few shots with it, but waiting to see if he can have the same sort of impact. Tengri now 6-2. They've stabilized their economy as well, more importantly. Actually, we're going to see some aggression in mid from SNK. Very open position, and I'm not a fan. Has to be said, there was no real backup there. Pachanga almost trades things back. Mir on a measly 5 HP. But he's still standing, and that's the most important thing. We've seen crazier clutches so far. 1 HP clutches versus 2. I think that was Smike who gave us that courtesy earlier in the day. But we'll see whether or not Mir does have a similar impact further forward. Obviously, they have a man advantage, so that's the big thing from them. And Fitch wants to try and rectify that. Flash out. Perfect positioning once again. Almost too easy, but he's going to just go further forward. This is his map. Absolutely huge performance already. Mir now sits with that 5 still, but he's lost 3 teammates in the meantime. Goodness, 17-2.
What are you supposed to do about that? I mean, these are those kinds of moments where you need a response. It is time for somebody on Vega to step it up similarly to this play from Fitch, because that's the kind of single-handed performance that wins games. And before you can even start to play proper CS, you need to find a way to shut him down, because he's feeling hot and heavy right now. We see him get flashed into ramp, immediately goes for the jump onto Palace, predicts the angle, gets the headshot, keeps it clean and crispy. But Mir and JR actually just make mincemeat of the defense. So in a matter of seconds, this one turned back on its head. Bomb plant to follow suit as Sonic comes from spawn. JR is just going to go ahead and find some cover towards the back of fire boxes. But Pachanga, with control of jungle, going to start to gear up the retake. That's where JR finds another frag, but he's just down to 9 health, and it won't be enough. Tries to take the duel, could have taken the headshot, but instead it's Tengri who take the op and the round into the next.
JR forced into a position where, at least in the first duel, he has to peek. And considering he's so low, I think what he was betting on there is that Pachanga probably had some sort of utility. He doesn't, but if you're in that situation, if a Molotov comes in, he's dead. If an HE comes in, he's dead. It's worth trying to take the peek to at least give himself a chance in the round. Unfortunately, that was his undoing. And now Vega, although putting up a tremendous effort to pull that one back, they're still going to be losing that round. And I think the only person who's gone anywhere as huge as Fitch so far was actually Little. We saw, I think it was 16-2 in something like 7 rounds earlier in the tournament. And I think that was on Nuke. Hugely impressed by that. But Fitch giving him a run for his money.
Vega picking up the pace here towards the bottom of mid. Huddy and Kashander both in position. Could go for the window boost if they so choose. Nobody guarding from jungle right now, so that avenue is open. But they're cautious. They're going to peek it first, not wanting to just jump through. This is a cool little way to just kind of keep an eye on Cat. You can also shuffle to the left to find the angle towards the vent. But things slow down. We're going to see Vega now having that mid control uncontested, rotate their bomb through spawn, trying to go join forces with Chopper. There's no utility left for Vega, barring a single flash. Still full fire on Tengri. One smoke and flashes of their own, but it's SNK with a 2K straight away. Mir with a trade as well, but Vega still just trying to push this in. They need to close the distance. They need to clear the spawn, but that's where Fitch lies in wait, and we know what he's capable of.
Still dedicated players over towards his B side, however. Spray through the box, but actually it's Ramzik saving his teammate. Doesn't spot the second player going for the bomb plant. It will be the push coming in from Mir as well to try and deny Ramzik much more in terms of his position, but it leaves his teammate alone. He needs to get this kill quickly. Otherwise it is now just him as JR is isolated on the site. Smoke can go down, and this is just cruel. Mir, he has to go running back through, spraying through the smoke, trying to line up onto the bomb, but he can't find it. Fitch will be low, but it doesn't matter. Again, the diffuser will come in. Max loss bonus, however, means the T's can still buy. But again, it's sort of worrying now, because you have to remember what we've seen so far from Vega is phenomenal T sides. This time, the CT side from Tengri, 8-2 up.
Again, this is 3 maps in a row here where Tengri are able to get a fantastic start. Yet Vega have brought it back twice now. 3rd time's a charm. Full utility as well here with the rifles from Vega Squadron as they gear up for the B site. 4 players in the apps. One was towards mid, but he's down. So now this expresses the execution. They're going to go running through the fire and the flames where Pachanga and Sonic are able to drop 2. JR gets sectioned off, but Kashander is creating space. He's found 1 headshot at the very least, but he's down to 16 HP and dead. The bomb carrier still on the site, gets dinked up, but JR with 2. Collateral through them, and now he can clutch, but very low health to play off of.
Already got the double. Holding the bomb as well. Ramzik waiting. He knows that he wants to find an individual duel. That's the big thing for JR. So if they don't give it to him, okay, he gets the bomb down. I don't think they care. That's the big thing at the moment from Tengri. They're winning these Byrons. They're winning these clutches. Bitch knows exactly where he sits now. Even goes for a little spray through the smoke. Ramzik seeming quite hesitant at the moment, though, to take any further aggression. He expects Fitch to finish this off for him. He's just going to be waiting for JR to try and make this into a 1 versus 1. He's playing patiently, watching this spot. JR, however, hits the shot. Takes down his teammate, running through, but it's not enough. Ramzik will just about clutch this one out. These rounds are ridiculous. Only a few players surviving in the last couple for Tengri, but the important thing is they're winning these rounds. 9-2 up.
This is kind of, again, like Cash, where we see those 2 clutch rounds both go the way of Tengri, thanks to Ramzik's 1 versus 2 on that B site, right? There's just so many moments where it's anybody's game, or at least it should be Vega's by the looks of things, until Tengri turn it on its head. But all of those moments happen in the beginning portion of the maps, not towards the later end. This is very synonymous to the opening 2 maps. You cannot count Vega out, but it's a shame that they're not able to put up any kind of a fight early on, because they can always make it close, or at least they have in the first 2 maps of the series. Mirage might just be a lopsided affair. Only time will tell. At the very least here, there is damage dealt from Tengri in the 12th. That is JR dropped to 38. And the rest of Tengri just holding passive. Pachanga getting a lot of information based on audio cue. Know there's a man over towards underpass. But honestly, this is quite passive mid control from Tengri. They haven't really gone all in on it all too often.
He's still fighting for this mid control. Fighting in the loose sense, as the CTs are not putting a fight back. They're waiting. They've completely changed in terms of any sort of aggression. They're just sitting all the way back waiting for these Ts to execute, because they know at the moment there's been absolutely nothing there. However, Chopper and JR, the curse of the commentator, find 2 kills in, make that a 3rd as SNK goes down. Sonic trying to find something back in. You have to remember how close these last few rounds have been. The amount of damage that has been done to the economy of this CT side. And because of that, they're not going for it. they're playing back. I think that might be the wise decision anyway, even if they had an abundance of cash, as, well, running into the blender doesn't always seem to be the right idea. I don't think it's ever the right idea. I don't know why you'd ever run into a blender. But, P-side, I think they'll be happy with this. Like, hunting these guns down does have value for them. But is it as valuable as making sure you have a buy in the future? I don't think so.
It's always important to plan for the future, Tom. So 5 players up here for Vega. That's crucial. They finally win a round, and they do it in convincing fashion. But it all comes off of the back of that mid control, right? We saw 2 players go to the bottom of underpass, 2 take top mid, 1 keep his eyes over towards A, and then a very rapid take of connector towards the site. They get all the frags in the meantime. Nobody winning their duels here for Tengri. And honestly, I think Vega could continue to exploit this mid control. If Tengri aren't able to get a couple of kills as they start to push forward, they're certainly not trying to clash. I mean, look at this. Again, it's just left wide open. 2 players to the A side itself, and then a heavy cap presence, but nobody in window, nobody connector. At least JR's down to 16 health already because of the fire and the frags. But that's not an opening frag, not as of yet. And mid control could have gone the way of Vega Squadron. In this round, no one plays it.
I do like the spot that Pachanga is currently playing, though, over towards that ladder room. I actually quite like, I can't remember who it was. It might have even been Tengri playing double in this spot because they have a player just holding for the second. But we're yet to really see too much of a change in dynamic on their CT side. Round just going for a more sort of classic play. Ramzik now rotating in as the ladder control is removed. Instead, the smoke could be a little bit misleading. The bomb is in Palace. The A site has to be the case. B side, hoping they've baited some players over. The fact is they have not.
Fitch is just going to tuck himself behind the boxes. Ramzik keeps an eye towards flank. And then we have SNK towards Ticket itself. That's JR, incredibly lit, trying to peek out and grab the angle. Again, 2 players very low here for Vega Squadron, so a couple stray rounds will drop them out. And now the T-side hit comes in. SNK with a headshot to Chopper, but Mir's able to remove him from Ticket, and a second from Mir. That's crucial. 3 players lit, but it's Ramzik with a frag and a second. As he peeks out, Huddy's unable to cover, and now the op repeats to his demise. Tengri still wins the round, however, based on time. That was hectic. On the site itself, there was no cover for the bomb planter, then that incredible lineup for the 2 kills, but the insurance policy is Pachanga, just hiding over towards the corner. He keeps his head on the clock, and it pays off.
Yeah, the peak then from Ramzik, I imagine, is due to the fact that he's not sure if they've got that plant. It was right around that sort of 3.5 second marker, which is the exact amount of time you need, so he wanted to make sure that the round was over. Pachanga was gone. There was no way they were winning if that bomb doesn't go down. So, it seemed risky, but it works. And what's working so far is this more... it's more of a challenge, I guess, towards mid. They've already taken down 2 players. The AWP with the first. Chopper trying to make an opening back into the A site, but he's unable to pick apart Fitch, who, although he has slowed down, has just been so difficult to remove. But look at Hootie. He's got to try and drop down. The problem is that's a sound cue for his opponent. Changa's just waiting. I'm not sure if they actually know, though. The problem is, like, Sonic is holding an angle which he can't be shot from there. But from what I see at the moment, it doesn't seem like he's reacted at all to the sound cue. Unless he has that much faith in his team. No, he has no idea. So clearly they didn't hear the drop down. The problem is that spot from Pachanga is absolutely perfect to hold off anybody trying to cross over towards the site. 45 seconds left. Big play needs to come in from Kashandra. He does find the first, and this is going to make things much more difficult in terms of this B defense. Sonic has to rotate around. He's low on HP, goes down. Chopper finds another in the meantime, and quickly from a 2v5 to a 2v2, it's a retake for Ramzik and Fitch.
And that bomb goes down for the apps after plant. Chopper going to be the insurance policy here as Kashandra keeps his eyes towards Marketplace, but no one from this direction. They're going to go for the double cat. Flash, molly, smoke. Molotov towards the apartment. Smoke on the bomb. Good idea. Chopper's going to have to reveal himself. A single shot will take him, but it's the back turn from Ramzik. Bomb tapped once by Fitch. Fitch wins the first duel. Second man's lit. Mag was empty, but he goes for the reload. Sprays!
Oh my
and
God.
It doesn't work out. Fitch is able to get on the bomb with just enough time. That's Tengri to 11.
Fitch is a god. It has to be said. He plays that so perfectly. To tap the bomb, find one player, and not only that, be able to rotate around with enough time to actually hit that as well. And he has to actually get a kit, because he does not have a kit when he starts that battle. So, I've got to bow down, if anything. 20-6. Tengri have this man to thank for their success at the moment. Some phenomenal rounds coming from P250 aces. And a stellar hold of the site all the way through to a retake on B. Now with a man advantage. It's a force buy, of course. 2-man already for the CT side. But that didn't stop the T's in the last round.
Already down to the 3 versus 5. But as you just said, they fought back in the previous round, ever so close, until Fitch had had enough. Still, we see that T side a creeping. Bomb's now been picked up. They could try to work their way up catwalk, seeing as Mir's already in position, but because the smoke's on Chopper, he's going to have to cross in the open. SNK posted on the angle, going to find the duel, and it will be SNK who wins it. Delayed, but still taken. Chopper, last man standing, no bomb, 45 seconds. This looks as though Tengri with another convincing half, 12-3. And as much as you can argue that Vega came back in those last 2 maps, it was always off of the back of a successful T side. This time, that is not the case. They are going to have to win this pistol, get that rifle rolling, and give Tengri no wiggle room to work with.
Yeah, also, in terms of the way that they've been playing so far, this Tengri side, they managed 6 rounds versus QB on this map. Play against Spirit as well. Oh, Spirit Academy, where that actually went to overtime, but both teams able to get 7 rounds, so have shown that they've been capable on both sides. The pistol should pretty much secure this game, and they've been very good. Not going to spew out the statistics that Scrawny likes because I don't want to jinx them. But we'll see if they can continue their pistol prowess. Cassandra waiting. Nothing done. He's down, and of course it's Fitch to start. They're leading the way. Mir, no, never mind. He's down by Fitch as well. This guy wants to take this for his team. Ramzik is there to support the normal star. But this surely has to be done as Fitch gets another triple kill. 23-6. And he wants this. He wants this bad. You have to remember, guys, this not only books them a spot in the final, the chance to fight for 50,000 to macaroonies, but also, more importantly, in my eyes at least, you get to go to the major qualifier.
Yeah, that's going to be crucial. I mean, this is unarguably one of the biggest games of Tengri's lives. And it's, yeah, it is. And Fitch just comes to life to this pedigree. It's awesome to watch. I mean, it's not over yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but it's certainly looking bleak. Vega Squadron with the very first frag of this round. They've netted themselves the AK as well here to the hands of Chopper, but they've lost Cat and Mid. Sonic taking 2 headshots on point, and that man advantage already here for Tengri. So what looked possible, again, is washed away. Sonic tagged with the Deeg, dropped to 34, tries to retreat towards the boxes, and of course, it's Fitch with yet another headshot. Hootie, Kashander, 2v4, outgunned, outnumbered, and a minute left on the clock.
It's picked up. Fitch doesn't allow it for long. Will finally go down, but Pachanga through the window will be able to bring this to 14-3. This is one worse than we saw on Cash. They were on arguably the favored side of the map, but not for them as what we've seen. And it has to be a force buy. They have to just invest everything down. They don't want to be fighting for overtime. They don't want to be fighting for 12 rounds in a row, although they basically need that anyway. 13 if they want to take it. CT side invested into Deagles. CZ and JR almost goes down within seconds. Ramzik looking to finish him off. Damage is being done onto the AWP. Got 14-3. Is there any hope left for Vega? They have to do it now.
And that's what they need. The opening pick, Mir's able to grab Fitch. So that's the heavy hitter gone from Tengri as well. But Ramzik with the AK is able to swing it with one. And Sonic now looks to get aggressive as well towards the top of mid. Now, Bomb's still sitting outside the apartment, so there's no one committing just as of yet. And Mir's been able to grab another. It was individual plays that kept Vega alive on cash. Will this be another instance of exactly that? Mir's got 2. There's only 3 left. Tengri moving up mid. 2 players there. Bomb included. Mir goes down, but it's Kashander with a trade thanks to the CZ. Bomb's still sectioned off, but it's trying to push its way towards the B site. It's Kashander from within the window to try and hold off the cross, but Pachanga's cleared the B site, and now Kashander needs to rotate over. Pachanga on and down. Another one found as SNK's all that's left here. 1v2.
Make that a 1v1. Chopper with the Deagle versus SNK. AK in hand. Going to reposition himself. Uses the smoke. He's planted for sure. Chopper should be unaware. If I was a betting man, if it was me in this situation, which doesn't help many, but I'd instantly be checking that short spot, and that is what SNK is betting on. He's playing the gamble. That plant doesn't really play into his hands, but he's hoping that his opponent will just waste time. And, well, the fact is he has to go for this defuse now. There's just not enough time in the Molotov. So smart from SNK. These sort of rounds, it's not always the frags that nets you the win. That was just sheer intelligence.
Yep, takes a calculated risk. Sure, the bomb's not planted for him, but it was a force buy from Vega. There was already a slight expenditure of any utility they had, so odds are he doesn't have a kit nor a smoke grenade, and even if he has one of the two, the Molotov was enough to burn him off. So, as you said, smart play from SNK. Not about quantity, about impact. And that one was crucial. 1 versus 2. Vega Squadron with what they can muster together. Triple ump, Galil, and a Deeg. With enough utility to hold things back and an opening pick from JR to get this round started.
Pushing the meantime from Sonic. He's looking to try and find Booty towards these B-apps. Not the best nade in the world. He'll actually do damage onto himself, and with SMGs, Galil's, pistols, every bit of damage is definitely going to help out. Makes headshots, well, not so much with the Deagle, but with every other weapon so much more impactful. Changa not going to be able to spot anything out. Sonic does find Hootie in the end. Will he check? Yes, he will. Chopping out. Has to be careful on the default spot of the A site. Bomb's still down. JR in position. He's already got one with the Deeg. Looking for a little bit more. Going to be checking the angles. Has to be careful, but he does win the duel. Nice trade from Fitch, however. Still leaving them with a man advantage, but rifles have been picked up now by this CT side. They're going to even up the scoreline once again. Fitch looking to try and be the difference. He's caught JR down to very low HP. Decision yet to be made, though, by this T side. We're actually going to go for a mid-play.
Now, at this point, they just need to stay silent, keep each other's backs covered. Play the trade, but JR, he's able to pop one, and Chopper takes the second. So Vega Squadron with something going their way. That's a full house between JR and Chopper, 3 and 2 frags apiece. And luckily for Vega Squadron, not only does that give them a round and still another chance at the win, although a very slim chance, it's going to be pistols for Tengri. So this is exactly what they needed. I mean, we saw 10 consecutive rounds happen on cash. 10 consecutive here would put them just one shy of that overtime contest. Do you believe, Tom? Are you a man of belief?
No. No. I'm not going to bet anything on this sort of situation. I would love to say yes, but even with all that we've seen from them previously, Tengri, this is their most played map. This is their best map. think statistically as well, maybe not quite. It's very, very close in terms of overall stats. But they played this far more than any other. They have a 70% win rate. There you go. Statistics for you. Thank you, HLTV. You're my savior. But for them to throw away a 15-4, it would absolutely blow my mind, especially the way they've been playing. I feel like there's players on this team that alone could win them around. The fact is, Fitch has been doing it the majority of the time. The SNK's had a huge amount of impact. Sonic, even though a lot of the time he's towards the bottom of the board, he still has those rounds. And I just don't believe that for 11 rounds that they will not be able to pull off just one.
Clear advantage in this one as Chopper takes that first frag. Kashander's making quick work of the offense as Fitch is also toppled. But SNK, with a saving grace, is able to find the headshot towards mid. So no bomb control, but a 2v3 nonetheless. Vega's set up, poised to strike. Hootie hits the next. So Sonic is all that remains, and not for very long. Chopper pummels him down. 10-point lead for Tengri. 10 game points at that. Not just game points, but we're talking map, series, and qualification to the PGL major qualifier.
Yeah, that would be a massive achievement for it, but they're not done yet. They can't start celebrating until that one round ticks to 16. Nothing to celebrate until that point, and they've known that in the previous map. They could have won this in 2. Kashandra, very aggressive, hits the dink, but he's not going to get that first kill, and that leaves them isolated. Chopper, so much to do, and nothing will be done. Now he relies on his teammates as he must spectate what could be the last round. As said, individuals all across. Ramzik will be able to find one. Mir with the miss spray. Now Hootie is all that remains of this Vega Squadron side. He will spot one, take the kill as well. We've had some insane play so far. This needs to be the best of them, and it will not be. Congratulations to Tengri. They will make themselves through to that major qualifier. A huge ploy for them. Not someone we see too often on the big stage, so very happy for them successfully making it through. Their job isn't done quite yet. They may have made it. They may have done what needed to be done in the minor, but they still have the chance to play for 50,000. That will be played tomorrow, and either their opponent now, Vega, or it will be Prosto, if they can beat Vega Squadron, that is, to fight off against them in the final. Incredible stuff, incredible series. And any final thoughts, Scorny? I'll leave this to you.
Nothing all too much, Tom. Just kind of a little deflating that we get 2 incredibly close maps in the opening of the series, and then Tengri just moved to Mirage and assert their dominance clearly. It's wild to think that Vega Squadron nearly got 2-0'd in this series, and honestly, I do just kind of tip my hat to the T sides of Vega, because those were hot and heavy. There was a lot of cool rotations on Overpass. There was great mid calls on Cash as well, but it seems like Mirage was just a clear outclassed play here from Tengri. So I'm in the same boat as you. A big congratulations to them. Awesome to see them qualify for the main qualifier. Certainly the biggest stage they've ever played on, and it'll be cool to see more of the Kazakhstani CS in the future. So just great things to come, not only tomorrow with the decider match and then the final placements, but then also, of course, with the PGL Major moving forward.
Either way, guys, that is it for today. We will be back tomorrow, I think a little bit later, so you can just check HLTV. They'll have everything for you. The stream will go live. You'll get your notifications if you're following. Either way, thank you very much, Scorny, for joining me. I have been Tom Biz, and we will see you again tomorrow.